We're back. We're back.
Hey,
Hi, I'm Court.
I'm Angie B.
Yay. Let's talk. What
Oh
do you want to
yeah.
talk about today?
Hmm.
I know last time we talked, we left off talking about accents.
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 Accents. Accent.
I like the way you say accents.
I like the way you say it. I like it. I like it. I like accents. I really do. I
I
love an
like,
accent.
mm-hmm.
I don't know
I
what
do
it
too. What's
is.
your favorite accent?
I don't know. That's kind of hard to say, really.
So we have Southern, we have British, we have
I
um
do love a Southern accent. I do. I do.
Australian,
Oh God, I love an
a
Australian.
Spanish accent, like
I don't know.
uh,
Making my pants get wet because I don't even know. Like all these accents are coming in my head, and like which one you want, Senorita?
right, right.
We're going to the land down under.
There was a in high school, there was a French foreign exchange student. His name was Stefan, and he was from France. And yeah, his accent was just like, wow, just don't
Yeah,
stop
French
talking.
accents are nice. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't know.
Hmm.
I can't. I really can't say I have a favorite. I get
I like
excited when
all
I
the
hear
different,
anybody talk with an
yeah, I
accent.
love it. Yeah, I
Foreign
do too.
accents. I love a
Hmm.
foreign accent. I would
Hmm.
do.
hmm
I don't know
I've
what it
been
is
told that
about
I
it.
have an accent. I've been told that I have an accent, and
You don't hear it?
I don't hear it. Um, but I don't know. I mean, we have how many accents just in our own country with a
Yeah.
northern accent, southern accent, Creole, Boston, te a
Bayou.
Texas accent is different from a Tennessee
Yeah.
accent,
And
you know.
we got the Louisiana people down
Yeah,
there.
Creole, yeah.
Totally different accent. Like,
Yeah. And did you know, like people in southern Indiana, southern Illinois, even Ohio have a little bit of a southern accent. You know,
yeah,
they and it's like it's not deep southern, but it's
it's
different.
yes, it is different.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
we do have a lot of different. I wonder how that even happens. Really, how does it
It's
even
the
happen?
I it's the well, because the United States, despite what people want to think about it now, it's the melting pot. All the people from all over the
They're melting the
world,
pot.
yes, and all their languages that they brought with them as they, assimilated and were speaking English, they still maintained those native languages and then morphed into the accent. So like in Louisiana, in New Orleans, I believe, don't quote me on this, I'm just going by top of my head, but the Creole accents, you're talking about in New Orleans, that specific kind of Southern yet French, there's a French aspect to it
So
because the
when
French at
they're
one
like in the
time,
bayou and they're talking,
yes, yes, they
ah,
speak, there's like a French type dialect there because at one time that was a French territory. It was owned by France.
ah,
And so
pig
that, and they had a
Latin.
settlement, they had a settlement of French immigrants that came there. So the French language, English mixed in with, that Southern language. Like there's so many reasons. It's really a neat deep dive if you ever want to just go
Yeah,
into, the
I
different
just want to go deep
dialects in
diving.
our own.
Jumping right up in there. Hold it open because I'm
Hmm.
diving in.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm
The
thinking,
buffet is open.
what? Right.
Open wide.
You're never
She's
gonna let me
diving
let it
in.
die.
No.
And it's funny because I've even said that before when I waitressed.
What?
Like,
The buffet is open?
well, they wondered
Is
what
that how
was
you
good there, and I said, well, I mean, I can always lay on the table. I'm like a buffet, all you can eat.
you must have made good tips then.
Yeah, I made pretty good tip. I didn't get eight
Just the
though.
Just the tip?
I didn't get I got
You didn't get the tip.
I got I got tipped by each one of them, but not like that kind of
Mhm, mhm,
not
mhm.
peekaboo.
Oh,
No
okay.
peekabooing.
Mhm,
But yeah, I was
mhm,
like one of them funny ones to like try to crack a joke, lighten up the mood, whatever. But
mhm.
yeah, no, oh God, accents. I still can't stop thinking about it. Like they keep popping in my head. Like, which one's your favorite, bitch? And then this other one is coming at me, sounds like a little dude, you know. He's like, come on, get over it already.
So what you're saying is the voices in your head have different accents? Is that what you're saying? Huh? Is that okay? It's
I don't
okay.
know. I really don't know if I should really admit that.
I think by saying that you just admitted it. No, but that's okay, but because you're
Oh,
not the only one. You think it sounds crazy, but it's not. It's really not.
do you have
Sound
different
off in the
accent
comments below
voices?
if you sound off in the comments if your inner voices have
Do you?
huh? Yeah, I think so.
So do you like have a little accent in there going like
Yeah,
do you have male
yeah,
or female voices in your head?
both.
I can
Both.
tell.
Yep, I do. Yeah.
I definitely don't
It's
tell doctors that because I know I'll be up in the
no,
wacky
you don't
bin.
tell you can't tell doctors that I have voices in my head. Like it's you know what I mean? But the
Yeah, like it's like because they do. Some of them have
listen,
little different accents.
do you my entire life I have been self-narrating my life to myself. By that I mean as I go along my day, no matter what I'm doing, in my head there's an inner dialogue going as if I'm narrating my life to someone else who's listening, which is only me because it's in my head. You know, like a TV show that has a voiceover narration, and then she went to the da da da. I
Yeah, and you have
that's what
fast
goes on
forward
in.
and slow motion in there, and
So I have an inner narration that I'm narrating my life to myself. Does anybody else do that?
I do.
Please, please say somebody does.
I don't know. I kind of can relate, really. I
I'm
mean,
not crazy.
I'm really not crazy. Well, I don't know. I question that too.
No, crazy people don't know they're crazy. And if we question our sanity, that means we're sane, right?
I don't know. Is that how it works? Like you would.
I am going to say yes. I'm going to say I think that's
Yeah.
how it works.
So
I've
it's
read enough.
normal to talk to yourself. And I do
Yeah.
answer myself.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm like, Angie, what you gonna do about that? Like, is that a good idea?
Mhm.
Should I buy that? And this other little one comes in and says, you don't need that shit.
Mhm.
I
We
think I
have
have some
multiple pieces of
aggressive like
ourselves.
voices in there too. There's some in there that are just so mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get over here, bitch. Take care of that right.
Yeah.
You know you can do a better job than that. I like to do that. You missed that spot. Go pick that up and clean it back up.
Oh gosh. Yes, my inner voice does call me a stupid bitch. You
Mm,
stupid bitch.
mine does all the time. I swear
Or
we're gonna get in a fist fight.
yeah.
The little dude comes out. We're getting into it. I don't care. I'll fight air.
Mhm.
I'm punching him.
Oh,
I wonder what
yep.
kind he is. Is he British?
You would know what does he sound like in
Would you
your
like some
head?
scones? I think though, like the um more Spanish accent comes more in there more
Mhm.
than anything, I
Mhm.
guess, because I like
Mhm.
and because sometimes I even say it like, "Oh my god, look at those patas,"
Yes.
because they're so dirty. I only know certain small words in Spanish, which I said before. I did not do well in Spanish. I don't think I can actually obtain information to speak another language. I
Did
think
you
I could
have to
live in
take
a,
Spanish?
yeah, it was mandatory back in the old,
It was?
I was going to say the
Wasn't for
old
me.
days.
Back in the late 1900s.
Back in the 1900s, all I had to do was mandatory take foreign languages.
I didn't have to take a four. It wasn't mandatory for me, and I graduated after you.
Oh, yeah.
Or my class was a couple classes
It was
behind
in
yours.
middle school. I had to take it.
Really?
Yes.
We went to the same middle school for 1 year,
1
didn't
year.
we?
Yep.
1 year.
Just like
I didn't take
we
anything.
didn't. We played flutes together too. You were better at that than me.
This one time at band camp.
She stuck a flute up her ass.
No, I really didn't. I didn't
Oh,
though. I never did. Seriously, and I had
that
that
would
question asked
hurt.
me. It would. It would. I respected my flute too much
Like,
for
could
that.
you imagine accidentally hitting one of the things that open up the little bells there and it pinched your skin?
There's too many crevices and things.
And
Like,
then your
no.
mouse being on it, and you're like, ew.
I mean, it's my
Or
own,
you could
but
be, or you're like, doo-doo-doo-doo. That's what they love so much.
that's right. You did play flute for a minute.
Yeah, I
For a
sucked.
minute.
I sucked. Which, even though I was
Oh.
supposed to be blowing in it, I sucked.
Yeah, well, you had other talents
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah. It wasn't, it was the languages. It wasn't that. Like, I tried. Did you know? Okay, there's a song. I'm going to attempt to say it. Okay.
Okay.
Voodoo, voodoo, shaky lava. Voodoo, voodoo, shaky lava. I'm probably not even saying it right.
What?
It's a song. It's a song.
Is it the
I couldn't tell
I
you who
think I know
sings
which
it.
one you're talking about.
Voodoo,
Christina
doodoo.
Aguilera did a rendition of it it's from the Moulin Rouge.
Well, anyway, it's French. I got
Moulin
asked,
Rouge.
Shakely
Yes.
lava. I didn't know. I was asked if I knew anything in French.
Vuku Vulu. What?
That
I don't
sounds more
believe
like it.
butchering it.
I'm
Maybe
butchering it. You sounded more like it.
I
So
butchered it too, but I know which one you're talking about.
I said that. I don't know how I said it because I can't even say it freaking now. But I didn't know what it meant.
I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
It means something about we want to sleep with you.
Oh, okay.
So don't ever play that song unless it's to somebody you know that don't know the meaning of the words.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they don't know the meaning, then it's okay. If they do know the meaning and you're
Yeah.
saying it
Well,
to them,
the
then
bad
they'll
thing
be
is
like, "Oh,
I didn't know the meaning either. Now I do. Now I feel weird. I'll be jamming like, yeah. Come fuck me. Open invitation. That's my freaking theme song, apparently.
that
But I
famous.
have been
Okay.
interested in learning foreign language. I just do not think my brain can attain
You
languages.
could try. Isn't there a thing a Duolingo or something like that? You could try. It's an
Yeah,
app. It's
and
an app that'll teach you.
I could live in another country for 60 years and still never learn how to talk.
You don't know. You don't know
I
that.
don't know. I would
I
still
mean,
be wondering
obviously
how
it's
to say
easier.
crumpet. Like, I'd want a biscuit and I would still try to figure out. Probably the only thing I would figure out is how to say a food.
Food and a swear word.
That's all I need. Food and
Yeah.
swear words. That's all I need.
Yep.
Like,
Where's
I'm
the
so
bathroom? Where's the bathroom? Where's the food? And Fuck
I wonder
you.
if
That's
sign
all I need
language
to know
is
how
the
to
same in
say.
other countries. Like this is food,
No. Well,
yum,
maybe.
food.
Maybe. I'd have to ask. Um,
Because I wondered that. Is it the same in other countries? Like sign language, is it the
like
same?
universal sign language, I wonder. Because there's some things that you sign that are spelled because there's just no sign for the word. So you
Right,
have
but
to
isn't
spell the
our
word.
letters different than other
Yeah,
countries? Like, and plus we
usually.
say things different than other
Yeah,
countries too,
that's a
right?
good question. I never thought about sign language in other languages.
Like, how does deaf people talk to each other? Is it all the same, or
Do
do they
deaf
have a
people
different,
from, yeah, do French deaf people sign in French? I mean, you'd think, but
or do
then
they sign in English, or like, is it English or is it another? Like, is
it must be it must be language specific because
I know.
in the US,
I
it's
think
called
everybody in the
American
everyone
Sign Language,
knows what this
ASL.
is. Everybody knows what
Everybody
that
knows
is.
that. That's universal sign language right there,
Right.
for
Even
sure.
kids know what it
Hmm.
is. When parents think that
Hmm.
kids don't know stuff, oh, your kid knows it. Believe me,
Hmm.
your kid knows it. They know more than
Hmm.
you do. Even when they think they know more than you do,
Yeah.
and you do know you know more than you do, than they do, they still think
Yep.
they know more.
That's why that song was so popular on Mr. Rogers, because he would do the, here is whatever, and he'd do the little
But
finger. Then he'd
here
get
is
to,
Thumper. Here is
oh
Thumper.
man.
Is it? I never heard it. I thought it was here's
I don't remember Red Rum, Red Rum. I don't remember the
Red
how the
Rum,
thing goes. I'll have to look up the video. It's
Red
you'll see
Rum,
memes.
Red Rum.
You'll see memes of Mr. Rogers giving the finger and he's smiling, but that's a still shot from an actual episode from way back in the day when he was doing that song and he's singing it and they're doing the fingers and it's like counting and it gets to the middle finger and
I don't
you
know.
know
Our grandfather pointed with the middle finger. You see
he
that?
did.
Yeah, right there. You know, he'd never point with his finger.
I think he did that on purpose.
Point
He
with his
was
middle
trolling
finger.
us.
Always point with his middle
Hmm.
finger.
Hmm.
How much are we
I
paying
believe
attention?
that was probably on purpose.
Right. Get us to do it
Yeah.
and then get in trouble. Don't you flip me off? Go grab that switch.
I never had to grab a switch.
Oh,
I
wow.
never had a switch. Nope,
Now it
never
really
had.
comes out. I
That's
don't
why
know
I
what
liked
I
getting
did to
spanked as an
deserve a
adult because I wasn't spanked
switch.
as a child.
I
You didn't hear
really,
me.
yeah, you weren't spanked as a child. You
That's why I
were
said that's
very
why I like
disciplined
getting
on your
spanked.
own self, though. I remember that. I'd call
What?
you one time. You were disciplined for your own self. I call you one.
Yeah.
I remember calling you one time. Your mom wasn't home, but you're grounded. I can't be on the phone. My mom's out. I can't be on the phone. I'm grounded. I'm
This
like,
is before there were call logs. There was no way to prove if I'd been on the phone or not.
right. Or maybe no call waiting back then.
Nope. No call
So she
waiting. So if
tried to
she
call
called and the phone was
instantly.
busy,
Nah,
mm-hmm.
nah,
Because that was
nah.
something, if I was, because look, the 80s, we were left alone. That was a normal thing. You left your kids home alone while your parents went to work or went out or whatever. That was normal.
Yep.
And so it was no big deal to be home alone. And you got the whole rundown of you don't answer the door, don't answer the phone. And then if my mom was going to call me to check on me, the whole code was I'm going to call and I'll let the phone ring once and then stop. And then the next time it rings, it'll be me. So then you can answer it. And that's how we did it. Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty
Uh-huh.
good. That's
That
smart
was before
though.
before caller ID and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
man. I don't some of these kids should have landlines at their house. They don't
I
need cell
am
phones.
seriously considering bringing a landline back. We had an issue with our cell phones and we lost cell coverage for a day. and it was the worst. Like no cell phone coverage at all for a day, a whole day.
Oh
And it was
man.
horrible. It was like, how do you
End of
get
the
a hold of
world.
people? How do you let people get a hold of you? We need to have a backup plan if this, like,
It
it
was
really,
it just your network or was it a cell tower down out there?
it was just our phones in particular. So,
Oh.
every phone on our plan was down.
Oh.
So even like our boys couldn't use their because they're on our plan, they couldn't use their phones either. And so it was like nobody can contact us and we can't contact anybody. And so trying to work around that was nerve-wracking, but eye-opening. Like we need to get a or a phone or a landline back in case this ever happened again, but it could happen like globally or nationally
Yep.
where everybody's cell towers are out. And I keep saying we need to make sure we have a map, an actual atlas, because eventually this GPS is going to go down,
Yep. Thank God we know how
and
to read a paper
oh
map.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like even
But why
like
don't
before
do
they
you
had
have one though?
GPS.
Do you
No,
have a paper map that you can
no,
just go to right now? Neither do I.
no. But I do
Where the
need,
hell do we
man,
even
that is
get them from? Do they still sell them at the gas stations,
probably
like
buy it on
truck
Amazon.
stops?
Buy everything
Truck
on
stop,
Amazon. Oh,
truck
truck
stop.
stops. Yep.
My dad used to have the big atlas, the big
Yep.
giant book,
Yep.
and I would study that all the time.
My hubby
And
used to have one because when he did over the road, we'd have to do the maps. But I
yep,
knew how to read a map when I was a kid. We knew how to read maps when we were kids.
yeah,
We got taught
yep.
how to do that. Of course, that was our way of traveling too, because we didn't have GPS back then.
Do you remember when we had to call time? Do you remember calling time?
Yes. Yes. I
We
wonder
didn't
what.
know what time it was. If you didn't know what time it was, because we
Just
didn't have
call it
cell
up.
phones, you would call time. You'd call a number and it would tell you at the tone the time will be.
Yes, I almost forgot about that. Oh my
Yep.
God. Yes,
Yep.
I remember about that. Yep. And then our phone cord. I remember our phone cord was stretched to the
Yes.
max because we would hide in the bathroom, which our
Yep.
phone was kind of in the kitchen.
Like on the
Bathroom's in the
wall.
hallway.
Yeah.
Yep, it was on the
Yep.
wall. I don't know if our parents did that so they could keep eye on what we're talking about. I mean, we knew not to talk to boys.
Probably. There's no privacy. Yeah.
Knew not to
Of course,
talk to
at my
boys.
grandparents' house, my papa he installed a phone in the bathroom. It was right on the wall next to the shitter. Hey, you got to
Oh,
take care of business. You got to take care of business.
he's like,
So
I'm always getting interrupted on the shitter, so I'm gonna put a phone in this damn thing.
exactly, he had a business to run.
Oh, I never knew that. But then
Yeah,
again, I never went in that. I went in that house one time to stay the night, and
never again.
no, because you like told me about how haunted your granny's house
Yeah,
was, and it was
yeah.
just weird, and I wasn't knowing if there was stuff going on or if there was the house settling or what, but it was
No,
just
it was
weird.
haunted.
It was just weird
Yep,
stuff. Yeah,
that was the
I
home
you
I grew
told me
up
about
in
that.
for sure. Yeah,
I wonder if he had
yeah.
an accent. I wonder if ghosts have accents.
I don't know. The ghost that was living in my grandparents' house, his name was Mr. Paul, and he was the original owner and died in the house. And his like handprint and name was permanently in the foundation of the house when it was poured. And
Oh,
Granny would say, because you'd see things. I call them shadow people, right out of the corner of your eye, you'd see movement, or you swear you saw somebody standing there and you look and they're
mm-hmm,
not there.
mm-hmm,
Or you just feel like somebody's standing behind you
mm-hmm.
or in the room with you. You can feel it. And she would tell me, even as a little kid, oh, if you see somebody, just don't worry about it. It's just Mr. Paul. Just say hi, Mr. Paul. He won't bother you.
So if you don't say hi, what happens?
Well, no, it's nothing, but I
I'm
used to
saying it makes
think,
you wonder.
but that house, it freaked me out. Of course, I basically grew up there. That was my childhood home for the most part, and
Mm-hmm.
scared of the dark, the dark stairways and the
I still
noises,
have
the
a fear
shadow
of going
people.
in basements. to this day.
Yeah, when I still now, if I go down, I spend all day in my basement folding laundry and shit. And
Yep.
then when I go upstairs and
I
I go to
run.
turn off the light, then I think there's somebody right on my heels.
I will
And
literally
then you got the
run.
stairs that have nothing in between the risers, so
Yep.
somebody
Yep.
can
Yep.
reach through there and get your leg.
I've thought that too. Like I've been in the basement and then I'm like, if I get this eerie feeling or something, I find myself literally running full force
Yeah,
up the friggin' stairs. I don't
yeah.
even know how I
What
do
about
it.
what about under the beds? You still think that you
Um,
put your feet down on the floor and there,
Sometimes, yeah. I hate to admit it.
or if your foot's dangling off the edge of the bed,
Yep.
like,
I wonder if
hmm
someone's gonna grab it. And then I'm like, oh,
hmm
my bed's not big enough for anyone to fit under there. They'd have to be like really small.
What about when you go in the bathroom? Do you peek behind the shower curtain? Make sure nobody's hiding in
Yes.
the shower.
Oh my God, Jess. Why do you?
Yes.
Okay. Cause
Hell
I'm
yeah, I
like, you
do.
just a quick
Especially
trick
when I'm
questions.
home alone. Like when Dan goes
Mm.
hunting and stuff, and I've got, even though I got my dogs and everything, of course that's comforting because like my dogs will bark if they feel something. I know they will. But I'll check behind the shower curtains. I'll check behind doors. I'll you
Oh
know,
yeah, I do that, especially when I'm by myself. And even before when I got married and I was by myself. Oh, even when I lived on the West Side State and I was there by myself, I would get creeped out.
yep,
Like I get
yep.
creeped out if I'm by myself for some things. Like I'm scared to go in the basement. I'm
hmm
scared to go upstairs. I think there's somebody in the shower, or if I'm in the shower, I'll peek outside the shower curtain because I
Yes.
think that somebody just walked
I'll lock
in.
the bathroom door if I'm home alone. No,
Yeah,
if I'm home alone, I won't lock it when there's people around, but when I'm home alone, I'll lock
lock
it.
that bitch.
But then I'll have the intrusive thoughts, right? So I always have these intrusive thoughts all the time. So scenario one, I'm home alone. I'm gonna go take a shower. Now I'm already thinking I need to make sure nobody breaks into the house and murders me in the shower. So I'm already thinking that. So then I go in the bathroom. I'm gonna lock the door so the murderer can't come in the bathroom, right? But then I think, what if I slip and fall and
And
I
nobody can get to me.
and nobody can get in to help me,
Yep.
you know? Or
Yep.
if I'm going down to the basement, it's already dark and I'm already freaking out. But then I think, what if I trip and fall down the stairs? And and
Yes. I
so
am not the only one that thinks this shit.
I'll take my cell phone with me in my pocket just to go down to the
Yeah,
basement to
but
get
what
a
if you break it?
towel.
You land on
Well,
it and you shatter
I
your cell
could,
phone.
but my chances are still good that if I did fall and break my neck, I could still call because my phone's in my pocket. I'm not thinking more logically than that.
Life
Like I'm
alert.
like, yeah,
We're
like
getting
if
to
I
that
broke my
point
neck,
where
I
we
wouldn't
need
be able to
life
call
alert.
anyway, you know.
Or you be in such excruciating pain that you ain't gonna be thinking of any kind of numbers or not even know how to
hmm
dial 911 at that
hmm
point.
But I will see myself as I'm walking down the flight of stairs in my brain. I will see myself rolling head over heels down the stairs and
Yeah, I
landing in
visualize
a
it.
heap. Yeah, I do too. I visualize it when I'm in the car, coming
Yes.
up to intersections. I see it.
Me and my hubby get in
And
arguments when we're in the car together. He's like, just learn to
yeah,
be a passenger. And I'm like, learn to drive. Because I freak
but
out.
I know.
I'm
I just,
I
those
don't know if it's
thoughts
because
I'm
I got
constantly,
older, I got anxiety like no
yeah.
tomorrow. I don't know what friggin' happened.
I
I
was
have a fear
always
of
thinking,
heights.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm
I
scared of
thought that,
everything anymore, it seems like.
I know.
Because it's a jungle out there.
I thought I got kind of like a PTSD from my line of work as far as all of the patients that I've seen that come in for care or charts that I had read of things that had happened to them and how they got hurt or injured or disabled. And it's like they were in this accident and that
Yeah,
and this
I didn't
happened, this
have none of
happened.
that.
So I'm thinking, I know all these worst case scenarios that are real life people. So like, holy shit. So my brain goes into overdrive and
Yep. I overthink
ugh,
everything.
I
What
overthink
I
everything.
used to get on boats and go out in the Great Lakes with Grandpa and you and your dad and stuff when Dad was in town.
Hmm.
And I've been on the sailboat with him out there, just me and him. But I'm scared to death. It's like to be out there now because I start thinking like, what the can happen? And the water's deep and there's like big fish, and I won't even go on a lake to really go swimming because like there's fish in there for one.
Yeah.
Um, Tyler, my son's been wanting us to go on a cruise. Like he's like, come on, mom, let's go. And I'm like, nope, you go
Hmm.
ahead. Let me know how it is. I want to,
Well,
but I'm
the
scared.
cruise would be good. I know
I
it
want to go
is
on a
because
plane, but I'm scared. Like I got so much fear, and I feel like if I push myself too much, I'd give my own self a freaking heart attack.
yeah,
Give myself.
yeah.
I like okay, Carnival, the pirate ship, favorite
Oh,
freaking
hell no.
ride. I can't
Oh,
do it
hell
no
no.
more. I'm scared.
I will not go on any carnival rides. I will not go
I
on
used to get
any
on of them all.
amusement park rides. No, they're not safe.
Yeah,
They're not
now
safe. No, they're
maybe
not.
not them
Not
either,
now.
but I enjoyed it. Now you couldn't
Yeah.
pay me enough money to go on one. I went on a Ferris wheel with my nephew and my husband because they wanted to see if this was a real thing, and they seen how real it was. I went up, and then the guy didn't stop. I just wanted to do it one time around just to show them that it is a real thing. I tried, but I tried. I tried to overcome it too.
Hmm. Hmm.
It didn't work. And the guy went ahead and went around again, and I'm in full blown friggin' tears.
I can't. Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh my God. Stop. Stop. And I'm
Yep.
closing my eyes and I'm freaking out. And then they finally stop. I'm like, I got tears crumbling out my eyes.
Yep.
Get like that in a car. Some people like think it's funny, like, oh, watch this. And I'm back there, tears rubbing up my eyes. And it's a real thing.
Hmm. It is.
Anxiety is a real thing, people.
Hmm. And it can come on completely out of the blue.
Yes, I never used to do this. I used to climb roofs, trees, all the all the stuff I used to do.
Hmm.
And I'm afraid to friggin' death to do any of it anymore. I'm scared to get on a ladder.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know what happened. I've never had fallen. I have not fallen off a roof or a ladder. I've never been not in a car accident where it's something
Yeah.
tragic where I should have had these little like PTSD shit going on. And none of these events has ever happened for
Yeah.
this to trigger this as an adult. As I get older, the more fearful I become.
Well, I think it's because you are getting older and we don't feel as immortal the older we get. And it's like,
Somebody vampire me up so I can say young and beautiful forever.
I come at it as I'm thinking of how to minimize the risk. Like I am like, there's certain things I'm not going to do because the risk outweighs the benefit of having a good time to where if I get hurt and end up hospitalized, it's going to cause a whole cascade of other unfortunate events. So it
Yeah.
is not worth the risk
I
of
won't even own another motor scooter.
yeah.
I had an
Yeah.
accident on that a couple years ago. I sold it the next day.
Yeah. Yeah. Because when we're younger and we do get hurt, for one, not as many people are dependent on us when we're younger. Our bodies bounce back a lot
Take
easier.
take a lot
We,
more.
yeah, and we can't
But
do
we
that.
gotta.
So it's a natural self-preservation thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is, you can get too fearful of things and it will rob you of your joy if you're constantly afraid of everything,
Yeah.
you
And
know.
I try
So,
not to let it. I really try not to let it. I do try to push myself, but when it gets to that point where like
yeah, well, then you have to listen to your body.
stop back. Angie, you're about to explode your
Yep.
heart because you're getting too worked up.
Yeah.
But yes, I have enjoyed this and I love talking to you. I really do. I love it.
I do too. I
And
love
I
it too. We
enjoy
can,
to seeing you again and having another nice conversation, even though it just goes everywhere because it's just us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what we promised. You just never know
Right. You never know
what
what
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
get.
get.
And we never do either. We just kind
Right.
of we start a spot and wherever we end up is not where
It's where we
we,
go.
you know, but
But we
that's just
enjoy
kind of how
you
life is. Yeah.
and I enjoy you and I enjoy you.
All right. We'll see you
Until
next
next
time.
time.
Love ya.
Love you all.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.